Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the spare bedroom. And I'm sorry for the last video or the intro video for being very choppy. I know I am not the perfect person about editing videos, but I try my best, and it was just trying to get to the point about everything. So there's a few times I kind of rambled. I want to start talking about Cube here, and I think the first thing to talk about, other than the cards themselves, is talking about who you're going to be playing with, thinking about the actual cube itself. You got to remember, when you make a cube, how many people are going to be playing? Is it going to be 8 people? Is it going to be 2 people? Is it going to be 4 people? Is it going to be up to 16? I've seen cubes that are 720 cards that are up to 16 players. I have my cube at 8 players, which is there's like 2-man cubes, and I've seen 2-man cubes be good and bad, because maybe if you have a third person there, it's not as good, and depending on how you draft your cube, it could be good or bad as well, because there's grid drafting and regular. So I'm going to go into the first thing I'm going to go into is, if you want a cube or if you share the cube with someone else, I do not recommend sharing a cube with anyone else. I think it's a bad idea. Unless you are sharing the cube with a girlfriend or a wife or a best friend that always shares all the cards, no matter what. Money's not an issue ever at all, and it's never going to be an issue. Do not share a cube with anyone. For a lot of reasons. I shared a cube in the beginning with one of my best friends, and we ended up having to. I had to give him some cards in compensation for what he spent on the cube and some monetary value. Anyways, my long story short is, do not share a cube, no matter what. Just have your own cube. I would say play it like an F&M. Most people do not come into cubes like putting money down. They don't come into cubes. Most of the times when I play cube, I do not. The only thing I do give away are extra rares or junk rares. And I'm not trying to like smite people and say, oh, you're not worth a good card, but at the end of the day, they're not putting in $10 to play my cube. I had to invest all the sleeving myself. I had to invest all the cards myself. Most of the cards are more expensive than $10, so at the end of the day, if I'm giving away anything, they should feel happy. I mean, most of the time, it's just sitting down and playing with your friends with something that you constructed yourself, and it's nice, and it's almost an art, because you have done it originally and no one has told you anything, so you can do whatever you want, and as long as everyone's having fun, that's all that matters. But anyways, just remember, you are going to have rounds like any regular Magic event or tournament. Yeah, it's going to be at your house, probably. I've had many of them at my house, and I would say don't worry about like drinks or food. You guys can all figure it out, because most of them are your friends or anything, but food has never been like a big thing. Drinks have never been a big thing. Sometimes I'm over 21 years old, so sometimes drinking has been involved, but most of the time it's just been, hey, we grabbed a couple 2 liters, we went to Little Caesars, we grabbed a couple of pizzas, if it comes to that. And it hasn't really like been a big deal either way. Most of the time I've played with people at the local game store, not at the local game store, but from the local game store. And they've just been trusted people, and they've been good. I've never had a bad experience yet, so that's good. And I would say, like, when you're playing your rounds, after many cube experiences, time the rounds, but don't time the rounds really short, because some game stores are like, well, we're going to go 45 minutes. I would say, like an hour. An hour is good, a good solid time. Be considerate of the other people playing. It's your friends forever. So, and just remember that if you have like multiple effects over different formats, it's good to look everything up and try to know all the interactions between all the interactions themselves, because I have gotten a lot better at knowing the interaction comes into play, and there's like an experiment 1 into play at a 1/1. Does evolve trigger on experiment 1? But it doesn't, because it actually comes in as a 0/0, and the counters get on top Spike, the two 1/1 counters come on top of Spike Feeder because that's how it's read. I know it's kind of weird saying, but that's just an example of being a better judge for yourself. And it's not, most of your friends are very forgiving. So if you have like, if you're the judge because it's your cube and you should know all the interactions, they're not gonna like get on. They shouldn't get on your case, but at the same time, you're gonna have to stop your game, go to their game, and figure out like through Google and forums about how rules change. So that is something that does come up quite often, and I would say try to be as genuine as you can. No one likes a cheater, especially in their own cube. I think that would be the biggest turnoff. And you guys have a good one. I'll be making another video probably in the next week. I'll probably be making the pre-release video next about how I do. So you guys have a good night, everyone, and thanks for coming over to the spare bedroom. And please like and subscribe if you like my video and my content.